History is not what we have been told. It has been rewritten, reshaped, and in some cases completely erased. For centuries, civilizations have risen and fallen, leaving behind fragments of knowledge, echoes of forgotten wisdom that once guided humanity to unimaginable heights. The ruins of lost cities, cryptic inscriptions on temple walls, and mythologies that speak of an age before recorded history, all point to a past that does not align with the official narrative. But what if the greatest truths of our existence were not merely lost to time, but deliberately erased? What if the knowledge of Atlantis, Lemuria, and the hidden Egyptian texts contained secrets so powerful that they threatened the very foundations of control? You may have noticed that mainstream history presents a sanitized, linear progression of civilization, a story of primitive humans slowly evolving, stumbling through darkness until they reached the technological sophistication of today. But what if this narrative is a carefully constructed illusion? What if civilization has not just progressed, but reset, time and time again? Ancient records speak of golden ages of enlightenment, of advanced societies possessing profound spiritual and scientific knowledge, only to be wiped from history by cataclysmic events, wars, or deliberate suppression. From the destruction of sacred libraries to the erasure of indigenous wisdom, the past has been buried not by accident, but by design. The evidence is everywhere, if you know where to look. The great flood myths that exist in nearly every ancient culture hint at a world before our own, a world that fell, and one that was never meant to be remembered. Mysterious ruins defy explanation, with precision engineering and astronomical alignments that even today's technology struggles to replicate. There are ancient texts that describe knowledge of the cosmos, energy fields, and human consciousness that modern science is only now beginning to understand. What if we are not the peak of human civilization, but merely a shadow of something far greater that came before? But history, no matter how deeply buried, has a way of resurfacing. Today, the past is returning. The knowledge that was once lost is making its way back into human consciousness. People around the world are awakening, drawn to forgotten wisdom, uncovering hidden truths, and recognizing that we have been told only a fraction of our story. But the question remains, what were these lost civilizations trying to tell us, and why is this knowledge so crucial now? Throughout history, great wisdom has been intentionally destroyed or hidden. The burning of the Library of Alexandria, one of the most infamous losses of knowledge, was not just a tragic accident. It was an erasure of vast amounts of wisdom collected from Egypt, Mesopotamia, and beyond. Similarly, the conquistadors who arrived in the Americas systematically burned the codices of the Mayans and Aztecs, erasing the spiritual and scientific knowledge of entire civilizations. Even in Egypt, the most sacred texts were restricted to the inner circles of the priesthood. The emerald tablets, attributed to Thoth, were said to contain the key to the secrets of the universe, but their true knowledge has remained elusive. What was so dangerous about this knowledge that it had to be kept from the masses? Control. Knowledge is power, and those who hold it shape reality itself. If humanity had access to the true understanding of its origins, consciousness, and the hidden forces governing existence, the structures of power that have ruled for millennia would crumble. Legends of Atlantis and Lemuria describe civilizations far more advanced than what mainstream history dares to acknowledge. These were not primitive societies struggling with survival, but highly sophisticated cultures with knowledge of energy, consciousness, and the universe itself. They understood the delicate balance between technology and spirituality, wielding power that could elevate human potential beyond what we perceive as possible today. Plato's accounts of Atlantis, recorded in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, describe a flourishing civilization of immense knowledge, architecture, and technological prowess. The Atlanteans were believed to have harnessed the power of the Earth's electromagnetic field, utilizing crystalline structures that could amplify and distribute energy wirelessly. Some researchers believe their temples and pyramidal structures were not just monuments, but functional power generators, tapping into the ley lines of the planet. Their scientific advancements did not exist in isolation. They were deeply intertwined with spiritual mastery. It is said that their high priests possess the ability to alter consciousness, communicate telepathically, and even manipulate time and space through the power of harmonic frequencies. But Atlantis was lost. A sudden cataclysm wiped their civilization from history, and their knowledge, their wisdom, was buried under the ocean floor, swallowed by the earth, or scattered across the world. Some believe this event was not random, but the result of a misused energy experiment gone wrong. That the Atlanteans, in their quest for greater power, disrupted the balance of nature, triggering the cataclysm themselves. Others argue that Atlantis was deliberately destroyed, that those in control feared what the Atlanteans had become, beings on the verge of transcending physical reality, of unlocking the full potential of the human mind and soul. And then there was Lemuria, a civilization even older than Atlantis, one deeply attuned to the spiritual dimensions of existence. Said to have existed in the Pacific Ocean, spanning across what we now call Polynesia, Easter Island, and parts of Southeast Asia, Lemuria was not a place of towering cities and grand temples, but of harmonious nature-infused living. The Lemurians were believed to be masters of telepathy, astral travel, and vibrational healing, existing in complete oneness with the cosmos. Their wisdom did not come from books or institutions, but from a deep intrinsic connection with the universal consciousness, a knowing that transcended logic and language. The Lemurians were said to possess extraordinary abilities, communicating not with words, but with thought, able to heal with the power of sound and frequency. Some accounts claim they could even shift between dimensions, existing both in the physical and ethereal realms simultaneously. Their temples, unlike those of Atlantis, were organic structures woven into the natural world. Designed to resonate with the energetic currents of the earth, they believed that all life carried a vibrational signature, and that by tuning oneself to the correct frequency, one could unlock the secrets of existence itself. And yet, Lemuria, like Atlantis, vanished. The land sank beneath the ocean, leaving behind only scattered myths and strange artifacts that defy explanation. Some believe that the Lemurians foresaw their destruction, and before their fall, they encoded their knowledge into the earth itself, hiding it within sacred sites, crystal caves, and ancient symbols that remain undiscovered. Others claim that a handful of Lemurians survived, retreating into hidden sanctuaries deep within the earth, existing as the last keepers of forgotten wisdom, waiting for humanity to awaken once more. But why did these civilizations disappear? Did they fall victim to natural disaster, war, or something more sinister? Some believe they destroyed themselves, that their understanding of reality became too powerful to control. Others suggest they were wiped out by forces that sought to erase their knowledge, to prevent humanity from reaching its true potential. And yet here we are, standing once again on the precipice of a great transformation. Today, the whispers of Atlantis and Lemuria grow louder. The past is calling, the lost wisdom is resurfacing, and humanity stands at a crossroads. The same knowledge that once elevated entire civilizations now stirs within human consciousness again. The question is, will we reclaim it, or will history repeat itself once more? Egypt was not merely an ancient civilization, it was a remnant of something older, something far greater. The grandeur of its temples, the precision of its monuments, and the hidden codes within its hieroglyphs all suggest that Egypt was not the beginning, but the continuation of a far more ancient lineage of wisdom. Its people were not just builders of stone, but initiates of cosmic law, guardians of knowledge that stretched back to the lost civilizations of Atlantis and beyond. The Egyptian mystery schools were not places of ordinary learning, but sacred institutions where seekers underwent profound spiritual transformations. These initiations were said to strip away the illusions of the physical world, revealing the underlying fabric of reality, the connection between consciousness, energy, and the structure of the universe itself. The teachings were so powerful that only the most disciplined minds and the most awakened souls were allowed to partake. Those who entered as mere mortals emerged as something else entirely, beings of heightened awareness, capable of influencing reality itself. One of the most enigmatic texts linked to these schools is the Emerald Tablets, said to have been written by Thoth, the great Atlantean priest-king who later became deified as Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice-great master of wisdom. These tablets are not ordinary scriptures. They are said to hold the key to the very fabric of existence, detailing laws of the universe that align with what modern quantum physics is only now beginning to uncover. They describe reality as fluid, shaped by thought, energy, and vibration, not a fixed, objective construct, but a malleable field of possibility that bends to the will of the mind. The pyramids of Egypt, far from being mere tombs, appear to have been vibrational power centers designed to interact with unseen forces. Some researchers propose that these structures, particularly the Great Pyramid of Giza, functioned as resonance chambers, amplifying frequencies that could affect human consciousness. The very geometry of the pyramids encodes universal mathematical principles, from the speed of light to the ratios found within nature itself. These were not simply burial chambers, they were gateways, tuning devices, and cosmic instruments, their true purpose still obscured by modern historical narratives. Initiates of the mystery schools underwent trials and rites of passage, mirroring the journey of the soul through the afterlife. One of the most profound initiations involved the rite of the sarcophagus, where the seeker would lie in total darkness within a sealed chamber, sometimes for days, entering a state between life and death. Here, they would experience visions, out-of-body journeys, and revelations from beyond the veil. Some would emerge forever changed, imbued with divine insight, while others would fail, their minds unable to grasp the vastness of what lay beyond material existence. The knowledge that flowed through these schools was not meant for the masses. It was reserved for those deemed worthy, those who could wield it responsibly. But over time, this wisdom became fragmented. The temples fell. The secret teachings were scattered. Some were hidden away, buried beneath the sands, sealed in underground chambers yet to be discovered. Others were transcribed in coded texts, their true meanings concealed within allegory and symbol, waiting for those with the eyes to see and the mind to comprehend. And yet, even after centuries of suppression, something remarkable is happening. The knowledge of the ancients is returning. Modern science is only now beginning to validate what the initiates of the mystery schools knew thousands of years ago, that the fabric of reality is not solid, that thought influences matter, that vibration and energy shape all things. Was this knowledge meant to guide us to our next evolutionary leap? Were the ancients trying to teach us how to transcend our limitations, to step beyond the physical and into the realm of the infinite? If the teachings of the Emerald Tablets and the secrets of the pyramids align with the cutting-edge discoveries of today, then we must ask, who were these ancients? How did they acquire such profound wisdom? And most importantly, why was this knowledge hidden from us for so long? We are living in a time of profound upheaval, a moment in history where the very fabric of reality seems to be unraveling. Systems that once seemed unshakable are crumbling. Paradigms that guided entire civilizations are failing, and people across the world are beginning to question everything they were conditioned to believe. But what if this is not the first time? What if history, rather than being a straight line, is actually a circle, an ancient cycle repeating itself? There are whispers in the oldest myths, hidden within sacred texts and encoded in ancient symbols, hints of previous ages where humanity rose to great heights, only to fall into darkness. Atlantis, Lemuria, and the lost civilizations of the past may not be mere legends, but echoes of past cycles, times when humanity reached a level of consciousness that threatened the ruling powers, only to be erased, their wisdom buried beneath the sands of time. Throughout history, great resets have occurred. Sometimes they arrived in the form of cataclysmic natural disasters. Floods, earthquakes, cosmic events that wiped entire civilizations from existence. Other times, resets were orchestrated by human hands. Wars, conquests, and mass censorship that systematically erased knowledge and replaced it with false narratives. The burning of the Library of Alexandria, the destruction of Mayan codices, the purging of Gnostic texts, each act was not merely about war or conquest, but about something deeper, controlling the knowledge of the past, ensuring that only a select few retained the keys to human potential. But something is different this time. Unlike the resets of the past where knowledge was scattered and lost for centuries, this era is marked by a mass awakening. Suppressed teachings are resurfacing. Sacred geometry, vibrational healing, the hidden mechanics of consciousness, all of it is re-emerging. The wisdom once reserved for secret mystery schools is now accessible to anyone who dares to look. People are remembering, not through external sources alone, but from something within, a deep ancestral knowing that is awakening inside them. Could it be that this is the moment we were meant to break the cycle? That rather than being erased and reset once more, we are being given a choice to reclaim the lost wisdom and step into a higher state of consciousness before it is too late. Consider this. What if the wisdom of Atlantis, Lemuria, and Egypt was never truly lost, but merely waiting for the right time to return? What if it was preserved, hidden in ancient symbols, encoded in stone, inscribed in texts that would not be understood until human consciousness was ready? What if that time is now? In the past, those who carried this knowledge were silenced, ridiculed, or destroyed. But now, in an age where information spreads faster than it can be contained, the ancient truths are awakening in the minds of millions. It is no longer a matter of whether we will discover them. It is a matter of whether we will embrace them before the next reset begins. The knowledge that was erased is coming back. The ancient world left us clues, hidden in symbols, texts, and structures that have stood the test of time. The question is, will we listen? Will we decode the messages they left behind, or will we allow history to repeat itself once more? You are part of this awakening. If you have ever felt drawn to the mysteries of the past, if you have ever felt a deep knowing that the world is not as it seems, then you are already remembering. The veil is thinning, and the truth is revealing itself. So I ask you, what do you think was lost, and what do you feel is returning? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's uncover the hidden truth together. If this message resonates with you, subscribe for more explorations into the lost wisdom of our ancestors. Like this video to help spread this message, and join the conversation as we reclaim the knowledge that was taken from us. The past is calling. Are you ready to answer?